All right, we are live on YouTube. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the ExO Economy Core call. This is the call each week where we get together and talk about all the projects that are happening in and around the ExO economy, and we try to find ways to move the economy forward. So thanks to everybody for being here, and we will just get right into it today and get updates from everybody, starting again with Nikki, Eric, and Kevin, and then we'll go to Najib.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Good to see you again. We are working on, and maybe Jill can add to this, some integrations of tokenizing behaviors of day-to-day behavior. And this is stemming from the 30 doubling challenge that we did, and some of the behaviors that came naturally versus others that were kind of unique and special based on people's skills, et cetera. And so Jill's been working on some of those integrations that are a little bit easier to handle rather than going full app mode with full coding capability. And this is a stepping stone to growth in that area for increased engagements, which is the ongoing goal of the ExO economy, by the way. We have opening roles. One specifically is really key and important. We need customer service agents, people who can answer questions about bringing people on board with wallets, tokenized behaviors, engagement, DeFi strategies, any kind of ideation around how the new economy is going to blossom and coexist with traditional finance. So those roles are opening up. We've got various talents needed, and I'll start to post some of those specifically this week. We also have open roles for content production. We're doing the ExO Academy, which is basically blockchain, DeFi, crypto content. And we've got some people who are already producing some content, but we also need people who are third-party entities that have their own specialty areas. And so we're interested in having both our own branded content as well as representing other brands, co-branding or sponsoring or whatever that looks like. So those will be starting to be posted as well. Also looking for people who want to contribute blogs, any other kind of strategy, service and product offerings that help people with engagement, which is, again, the main goal of the ExO economy, is to get people to engage in this new behavior. And so we've got our FAQs underway, where they actually are quite searchable at this point, but we still don't have perfected answers. So we're looking for people to help us answer those completely in story form, and then give maybe some additional keywords that people can also look up if they don't get a full answer from any one of the questions that hasn't been answered perfectly. And basically just strategic intent on becoming an emerging DAO, decentralized finance, media surrounding that, so people become a little bit more comfortable in that realm. And that's it from me. Eric.
Keep it going.
Thanks, Nikki. Thanks, Kat. So hi, everyone. Good seeing folks. Yeah, so, work continues slowly but surely with bringing the ExO's token to market. So lots of good work behind the scenes, and Najib is going to update us in a few minutes based on that. Work continuing on the ExO's bridge. There's a recommendation document that's under review as well. And so looking forward to that. The developer network met last Friday. We're meeting now monthly, so that was a good meeting with some of the folks there. Lots of activity on the core treasury side, thanks to Kevin and others as part of the team, with updating our spreadsheet, keeping things moving, funding sway proposals and campaigns. So that's it looks like it's going to be another busy week this week with doing that. So looking forward to that. And Angela's with us as well. He'll talk more, among other things, about the ExO Academy and looking to get more involved with that and kind of building on some great assets and tools and learning resources we already have, and just making it more, I guess, accessible and also just straightforward for all kinds of people, really of all ages. As the questions, of course, still come in with the ExO's core wallet and some of the other things with respect to that. So that's what I've got, and I'll hand it over now to Kevin.
Perfect. Thanks, Eric. So as Eric said, there's quite a lot of treasury activities. So we had on Monday, yesterday, 6 grant proposals were accepted. And so we now need to go ahead and fund those. One is two are funded already, which is the Future of Food, as well as the Open EXO stock images. So that one is actually being managed by me. So I will be sending out the details on that to the community this week. Just getting the legal, the team just to look at the legal side, like the Creative Commons, making sure that we're all happy with that. And then we, Shiraz, who presented last week, he has set up his data and everything. And just hopefully he'll let me know his test has arrived, his test amounts. And then, so he will be funded soon too, as well as Rodrigo's one is in the process. We just need one more signature from Treasury. Yeah, so that's really great. And then we then still have two others that we're waiting for their wallet addresses. So that's great. And then I don't know if it was last week or if we mentioned last week that we did pass 8,000 in terms of the community. I think we did mention that, yes. Now that it's coming back to me. Oh gosh, and I had something in my mind that I wanted to talk about. And it's gone.
What happened there, Kevin? It's late. It's night for you, right? But maybe you need another coffee. No.
It's only 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so no.
Yeah. Well, do you want to talk about the website? Do you want to talk about some new? We've got a new publication coming up. I don't know that. I know those aren't necessarily all your exact projects, but as a proxy, maybe.
Yeah. No. Well, absolutely. I mean, in terms of yeah. So we should, with hopefully by the beginning of next week or in the middle of this week, have a new Open EXO website that is looking pretty cool. I will quickly share my screen so that you can see that.
Getting a sneak preview here.
Getting a bit of a sneak preview. I just want to. It does still have some updates that need to be made. But ultimately, when you land on the page, this is what you see above the fold. So we're really speaking to those people who are leaders, organizations that want to transform, and then speaking about our economy. And you can see across the top all the things over there. And then we have this ecosystem diagram, which is actually clickable. So the different areas are clickable. There with the community right there in the center, everything really drawing towards that. This portion of the page is actually here so that we can update specific things that we want extra focus on. So it's like a slider with like things that need extra focus. So this is where, for example, if there's something happening with the economy, we can have a slider here that's like, make sure that you are, understanding the new wallet or something like that, right? So it's a place where we can highlight different things. Over here we'll have it's not here yet, but an embed of our video content, right? The media player, our certification journey, community, partners. This will be the upcoming events using the API. It's not currently, and that's pretty much the main page. But you will see like the community page is looking quite different. On the media page, this also needs some changes. But what I love is like the imagery is actually using our stuff, right? So this is our media page, like our media page on the background, and You can see it over there. And then this is EXO Insight, which I think we mentioned last week. And we will hopefully get this live pretty soon. This is going to be a written publication for EXO content, EXO related articles, news, technology stuff, etc. And Nishan has written quite a few articles. Lisa's written a few articles already. So is Kent, and we have a list of people who we believe want to write articles, and people who've reached out to us as well about writing EXO related things. And so, yeah, this is a great addition to what we have, and a great way to make sure we're cross promoting across the different areas of the. If we come back to the page here, the EXO ecosystem here, which of course, as you can see, like the economy is the blood, right, or is the entire page here. We that everything is the soup that this organism is living in. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. And I think that's
one of the things, Kevin, that's super that they've paid a lot of attention to. One of the biggest pieces of feedback we've had, usually in the form of a complaint, is sort of they get lost between the main menus at the top, because you'll go from certs to books to events to media, and basically a lot of this work that the team has been doing is in sort of consolidating and bringing together the menuing across all the sites. So even though you're jumping from different subdomains, right, CNAMEs, you're still going to feel as if you're oriented and know where you are in the family of sites. And I think this is probably the single biggest piece of feedback most consistently that we've gotten, is that sort of navigation incongruity. So now I don't know if we'll get it all nailed down on the first shot, but websites are great in that you can always just keep updating them. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is one of the primary goals. And Kevin, do you know if that main big banner pick, is that still placeholder image, or are they? I think we're waiting for some additional images, right? That you've been working on.
It is like, yeah. What we really do want is we want those people who share stock images. We want those to be the images used on our website, right? So images that come from the community, that include community members, but we definitely want imagery that is depicting, the EXO model, the wallets, so images that actually show people using EXO. So, presenting the EXO model, using the EXO canvas, giving helping people through an EXO survey, or whatever the case may be. Those are the types of images that we want on the website. And the team did use some stock imagery, and they've put in EXO. So, for example, that picture has EXO canvas behind the guy, but it's definitely just a placeholder, because I can't deal with that strange looking man. But we also have made sure that the team is making sure that we're being as global as possible, including as much diversity as possible. So all of those things are definitely coming into play.
Okay, sorry, distracted with another thing. Who's after?
Naju.
Thank you.
Well, I can go here. Hi, guys. A quick update. As usual, we keep supporting people. The add-on and Discord channel. We still have a lot of people asking how to move the tokens from QT. Hopefully they can just at least watch the videos, as the message here, at least before that they ask, they can just go and watch the videos. Now, where we are is, I think we are on the, I don't know, the last stages of the bringing together all the gateway. What it means with that is gateway share is split in two parts. Is one that is the gateway part that it take care and do all the transaction and interpretation what is coming from the wallets, means with the new release. And the other one is we are going to process all those transactions in batches with the Ethereum, with the WXOs, that is part of the wrapping process. And we are testing all the pieces right now. Means we have the front end right now coded on the wallet. But even though that the wallet is, it received the tokens directly from the wallet, but what happened is an asynchronous. What I mean is everything is written into the ExO's blockchain. In that sense, it's totally transparent. In that sense, everyone can see what is going on there. It's not later on that the gateway did something weird. It is there. And that is part that is a little bit more complex, but I think it's worth the invested time just to be more transparent in that way. We are using actually the ExO's blockchain has a mechanism to authenticate and do all the transactions, and that's and later on even everyone can audit what happened and reconstruct what happened. The other end is, okay, now those tokens we need to bring into the ExOs with all the security end to end, and now we are in a process to test all the contracts that we are deploying there on a test net in Robston, and now connecting all back end, front end, and we will expect these coming days to do all the full testing end to end, including the contracts. And that end, we will invite you guys to do that testing with us. We will explain you how to do it from MetaMask. We did on Friday a quick test to swap ExOs to WXOs and go through all the process of MetaMask, but we want to nail it completely. In that sense, we invite some of you guys before that we go live to mainnet. One thing that we have been putting a lot of attention is how much will be costing all those transactions, the gas, because that's one thing that it can pile up, and we need to be very careful on how to do it, because we are assuming those costs. We OpenExO. And that's when we had less friction with the users, and that's when they don't need to get the gas up front. That's a meaning that is for good. That can change at any time, but at least at the beginning, just to avoid to reduce the friction on how to move tokens end to end. And it's a learning process for everyone, especially on the community that is going to be involving our wallet, the ExO Core plus the MetaMask wallet, that is the wallet that we will be using, and knowing how to move those tokens out of the liquidity pool. And it's a lot of pieces for everyone here. And we want just, the learning curve not to be too steep. It's steep there, and then, and that's so far from we are. It's just one of the things that we really want is to bring you guys very soon on board. Be prepared. Questions?
No, that's great, Najib. I'm looking forward to the call in a few minutes.
Thank you.
A few minutes time. So let's go on over to Angelo, Vanessa, Lisa.
All right. Hello, everyone. A quick review. We are still defining the content as Nikki mentioned. And also we are bringing more people inside the room. That means we're looking for people who have a better understanding for all of the terms related to DeFi and all of the stack related to that. And it's a working process right now. We're also connecting that with Eric, discussing some ideas about it. And yeah, we are maybe soon we will be going to converge everything, but it's a lot of information, it's a lot of content, it's a lot of ideas, it's a lot of thinking in terms how we can keep that easy to understand. And right now we are working on it. Yeah, that's all for me for today.
Thank you. Who was that? I said, what did I say? Vanessa. Yeah. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi. How you doing, everybody?
Sorry, I'm a little distracted.
I am happy to report that we reached 8,001 members on the Discord channel. I am going to share here on the chat Well, I did just
How many
share
did you say
8,001
on Discord?
on the, hold on. Yeah, hold on.
8,000 on Discord?
Wait.
I'm struggling with
No,
that
no,
one.
no, no.
I think it's
No,
1,000.
it's not Discord.
Okay.
It's not Discord. Sorry. Oh my God.
Okay.
On the Open EXO community. Open EXO community.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
What?
Sorry. It's 8,011 as of this morning. Yeah.
Yes. I am going to share the QR code that I created for the event so people can join our Discord channel. Please feel free to share it away. And I keep sending this to the private message of Najib. Sorry, Najib. Let's see. Okay, so those are the stats and the QR code. I'm gonna share if somebody wants to post it on our YouTube channel as well. So it takes them straight to our channel after they install the app. It's the easiest way to join. And people need to know that they can earn EXOs every time we make it rain, and best support channel for the wallet. I reached out to Anastasia so we can sponsor 3 certifications for the upcoming training that starts next week. I am having issues with my wallet that I'm gonna fix with Najib later. And but Angelo offered to cover the next 3 certifications so we can keep this going. And I don't know, I was thinking that maybe we can make it up like a plan where each member of the core team will like sponsor at different times. So up to you guys. I don't mind sponsoring them. I'd love to hear about the people that take the trainings and they share their projects and everything. So just want to keep that going.
I think that I was talking to Yaroslav about that a little bit in a call yesterday, and it might be good offline to catch up and see how those sponsorships are going and touch base with you, because I'd like to look at the different names and see if we can check with you on some of the people, because you probably know who they are, but we don't have to do that live on the call because we shouldn't, we've already got a bunch of names and stuff of people who are on the call. So let's look at that and connect you with Yaroslav as well before we start doing more. I think it's amazing, but we want to make sure that we want to make sure everything's working.
Yes, definitely. I did request some of those details to Anastasia, so I can share those with you.
That's probably what prompted it to come up yesterday in one of the meetings. Okay, great. All right, Vanessa, thank you. I think we go Lisa and Cesar.
All right. Hi, everyone. So lots of progress last week with the book. So met a lot with Celine, Peter, and then we met with Silicon Valley Publishing and with Mike Malone. So I don't know if the community knows, but talking to Mike Malone, who's written dozens of books, from his advice, people will digest the book better in a smaller chunks than have an 800-page book. So we're breaking the book into a series of 3. So I'll need some help soliciting some taglines. So the first portion of the book will be the intro to the EXOs, our world is changing, talking about how COVID has acted as an accelerant a bit. Most organizations are linear, the MTP, and then going into the scale and ideas, attributes. The second portion will be about how to apply the model, large corporations and smaller organizations. And then the last one will be about government and civilizations and implications. So those are big 3. It's exciting. Mike Malone is writing as we're speaking, so I feel like we're making lots of progress for our September publication date.
A fun note, you go to your community and you run a crowdsourced book writing project to create a second edition of a popular business book, and you end up with about 80 people, probably a significant percentage of which did bulk of the writing, but you don't just end up with one book, you end up with three. I mean, I think that's kind of amazing. And we already know from talking to lots of people about the different things in the books that there are probably 10 more books in a sense. And then the EXO Insight stuff that Kevin was talking about, there's a ton of material also that can be used as part of as really valuable content going out on the written word piece. And going back to that written word piece, EXO Insights that Kevin mentioned, it's meant to be a contributor author function of our community, right? So if you're a member of the community, if you're watching this, if you like to write articles, blog posts, and you would like to get your voice heard in the context of EXO or the world of EXO, this is something that we really hope is supportive to those efforts. So please reach out to us on that.
And reach out to me. I'm containing a list of, and once we get into the beta stage, I will start inviting people to write.
That's right.
For
So we think of all of the writers as our creators, and we also have the podcast that is in the process of being rebooted, and we have what everybody should be familiar with, which is our video on demand output. So, and Kevin has been our rock in terms of continuing the production of the video content with the Future Up series and the Open EXO Live series. You really got to watch those. They're fantastic. And so now we've got video, we've got podcasts, and we now got the written word coming out. So that's those three tools that are available to most any person in our community as a service, if you want to think of it like that, to create and publish and get your word out for the change you seek, the transformation you want to make, the impact you're driving. It's awesome. It's not technically 100% related to the economy, but thinking that way, that these are tools for you, for the community, that have been created to help get the word out, to share it. It's amazing. I mean, really, that our community has these tools, and it's a significant investment that's being made by the community through the Open EXO sort of umbrella to provide these capabilities. So I really want everybody to realize that. So you're probably going to hear me repeat this about 1,000 times over the next few months, but it's just such a critical piece. And yes, Lisa is doing a big part of the work, and not on the call today. Nishan Dagnarain is taking leadership of a lot of those pieces as well. And we've got, it's really, really awesome to see what's happening. I know you don't all see it all the time, every day, but bubbling under there is some really great stuff coming in the second half of the year.
Yeah, so now that I feel like there's a flow with Peter, Salim, and Mike Malone, like I can now work a little bit more on the EXO Insights and on the future updated course related to the book one. So
that's an important one, Lisa.
Yes.
You want to say it? Do you want me to say it? Like, when the book comes out, there will be a companion course that's coming out with the book this time, and Lisa's working on that as well now that she sort of got the book into Mike's hands. So that's also very, very exciting. She's working with Yaroslav, who's not here today to represent from the training team, but this will be something that is co-launching. So you'll probably hear something more significant about that at the July 29th event that's coming up. I don't know if we have the links to that event, Kevin. If you have that and can post it, that'd be super cool. So everybody can go. We really would love it if people would register. The event should be a lot of fun. It's our first event we've had in a while because we've just had so many other projects going. But it should be a lot of fun. I mean, we're really going to have an intense focus on the accomplishments of the EXO, the broader EXO community in the world for this event. And so it's going to be a celebration of all that's been accomplished by the members of our community. So I'm really excited about that as well.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else that we missed? Cesar, you want to go next? Sorry, I jumped in there and had a few updates on the updates.
No problem. From my side, let me talk about the sister economy. So first, Divergenti. Divergenti is providing a full end-to-end solution for pymes in Chile. And last week, the Latin American team completed the ExO Tierra. So Divergenti is offering a full solution to these pymes that are helping on the air to be better and to contribute to the environment. So that's a good program that was launched a few weeks ago by the community, driven by the community, and Divergenti jumped up to help and to support these companies helping the environment. Then in Rutaño, we will go back to the other community there working. They started to have face-to-face events again, as the COVID is making better in Latin America. And they were all excited and happy. And they keep very active with the program, the YouTube program, as well as they apply to the ExO prize. So I think that's something for all of us to keep in mind. One of our sister economy applying there to the ExO prize. So let's see what happened and how it goes. But I think it's a good opportunity also to promote all the economies there. And then last but not least, the Miami DAO. We are evaluating some opportunities to collaborate in a hackathon for DeFi developers that is planned for August. And also maybe some additional collaborative ideas. Once they are more clear and they are in paper, I will be sharing those. But they are very interested, even though they are not a pure sister economy as the other two. They are very interested in working together and see how they can be part of the whole community as they are part of the ExO community and the Open ExO. So I will keep you guys posted.
Just real quick, PYME, P-Y-M-E, small to medium business, right? In Spanish.
Yes,
yeah, just,
SMEs.
Yeah, SMEs. So PYME, P-Y-M-E, SME, just in case anybody didn't know. I remember the first time I heard that, I had to look it up. So, okay, got it. All right, awesome, Cesar, thank you. And let's see, did I miss anybody? Okay, Jillian. I always save the best for last.
No, mine is very short. Thanks, Kent. I'm just working on an app that uses Excel, but has an app interface, which is quite cool for what Nikki was explaining. So we just, it's almost done. So I'm just doing the last little bits. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll launch it. At the moment, it's still free. So we'll see how it looks. And we're busy with some of the event applications. So we've had 52 come in, and so that's what we're busy with now.
Awesome. So again, if you are seeing this, if you're watching the recording, if you're watching us live, there's an event on July 29th. It's going to be a celebration of the accomplishments of the EXO community, the much broader EXO community than we've tapped into before for these events. As Jill said, there's over 50 applications. If you've built something using the EXO model, if you are an EXO, if you're in the process of trying to become an EXO, you don't want to miss this one. Please reach out to us. There's 100 different ways to reach out to us, so you should not have trouble finding us. And we will tie you into that thread and help you find a place and a part in that event, more than likely. So I just want to say a couple things about the DeFi part before we break today. I've got a meeting coming up in about 20 minutes with technology operations. I'm trying to round up some other folks for that meeting so that we can make sure that we answer the outstanding questions that the technology operations team has. But this is directly in relation to the creation of the Ethereum bridge, right? So it's the EXO's blockchain, standalone public permissionless blockchain, and its ability to generate an ERC20 token on the Ethereum blockchain that we store in a MetaMask wallet, and then you can use to trade on Uniswap. That is a DeFi listing of the, it's the way that you do a DeFi listing of the EXO's token through the bridge. It's just one way to take tokens into the public markets. It's the way we chose to do first. The project has been complicated, I will say. And in that way, huge kudos to Najib and team over at Fluid Chains who've just done a tremendous job of keeping things moving and on track. I do expect there's going to be some delay in this project, and I just want everybody to know that. I don't know that I can point to any one thing. There's not one thing. It's just, as I said, it's a complex project. And so we're still marching ahead. If anybody thinks or has heard or thinks otherwise, that's not, we are still moving forward with this project. We are moving toward the Uniswap. I've just heard a bunch of weird stuff over the last few days. And I just want to make sure everybody understands that we're still moving ahead despite things not necessarily always being as easy as we want. I see no reason why we won't continue the path at this time. Now, the markets have changed a lot since we started the project. I'm not entirely sure what the impact of that is. And this is what we're trying to understand and model and learn. So, I think we still do what we said we're going to do. And the way I think of it is, okay, great. We're coming in at a lower market, right? That should be an opportunity, right? Over time. So at least that's the way I'm choosing to think about it in a positive frame. So let's see how that goes, and I'll do the best I can to keep everybody informed. But we will have a one-off meeting, like not necessarily here in the larger group, about that as we continue and as we have the next couple of technology operations reviews meeting and get into the, I guess, Najib, what you'd call the beta testing period, right? Where you're testing on testnet and then preparing for the move to mainnet. So keep an eye out for that. I'm sure there's a lot of people. We'll talk about it in Telegram and Discord primarily, and on the platform, not necessarily in open YouTube chat. Then the other thing, I don't think I want to get into that. I'm just looking really forward to the new website coming out and hopefully it becoming a lot easier for people to find where they want to go throughout the ExO ecosystem. So I'll stop there today. Does anybody have any open needs or questions or concerns or things you want to get out there that we need to find a next step to that you might not feel is clear?
It's just a comment, Vanessa. We have there, maybe when you have a chance, we have a private channel that is for the bots on Discord. That channel will give you all the stats, what is going on the server, what is the actual channel that are more active, what is the number of users, because once every server on Discord go beyond 1,000 users, you don't see any more the number of users. It's something by security, and then you don't know what the number of users except for the online user, but you can go there. You see some examples there. The name of the channel is StatBot. You can go there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Ken, and you mentioned something about the market. My perspective, in my 5 cents about the markets, is that if we compare with the market in November of December, markets are still pretty good. And
Totally agree.
In the DeFi particularly, everything keeps moving and everything is cool there. And I'm not an expert, but some experts expect the market still to be what they call the bull market for a few more months this year. So just to keep that in mind.
Yeah, totally appreciate that. And for me, whenever anybody asks me, oh my God, it's all down, what are you going to do? I'm like, what time frame are you looking at? Is it at 5 minutes? Because everybody I was like, in the last 5 minutes, Bitcoin is down. And I'm like, how about you zoom out to a year, and then you zoom out to 5 years, and then you zoom out to 10 years, and you tell me it's down. And you've got to take a longer view with the younger technology. So I appreciate that, Cesar. And that's really what I keep telling people. So I don't see it as a problem, right? I say we just keep pushing ahead. And quite frankly, Cesar, I know you sent me someone who wanted to talk about a centralized exchange. I've got some other new contacts that I've been talking to about centralized exchanges. If anything, I think the current market means we should be going faster to all markets that we can get into.
Yeah, I agree because there are some new, very interesting decentralized market as the one that Angela pointed in one of the channels. This Polygon or it's a very interesting DeFi market that's happening there. Also, Binance, they're very interested. So a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, and we are having conversations with some of them, but I will say it's just going so much slower than I want, and in some cases it's proving to be quite expensive. So I'm looking for ways to, and this is something I'll ask for help, right? You know, we need as a community to find a way, more ways that don't cost, you know, like $250,000 to get our token into public markets. And I think it's going to, you know, we saw this with one of our upstream projects long ago, you know, the Stratus community. They did such a great job of all supporting each other and getting the token public. I think we have something to learn from that. And we need to find ways to, hack it. And it's not that we can't pay any money anywhere, but it's like, you know, if you just go by the list prices and you don't show up as a community, yeah, you can pay to play, but it's really expensive. And it's not necessarily something we can do today. But as the next evolution of the EXO economy, getting what we're doing already, right? Moving to DeFi, possibly moving to centralized exchanges. This is it. Like, this is what we should be focusing enormous amounts of effort on, you know, and I sit and think about this quite a lot lately. Maybe we even, I don't know what you think, Cesar and Najib or Angelo, but Eric, maybe we need to almost put together kind of like I don't want to use, I try to avoid the use of military terms these days. A Black Ops team. I'll have to think of something better. But we almost need to put together a dedicated team that's hyper focused on this and leveraging the resources we have, because I think it's going to come primarily from the community in the long run. You know, with full support from OpenExo Inc. and the economy and everything else. But I really am finding that we just need to get more dedicated, determined. You got to be very determined to do this stuff. So I don't know, think about that. If you want to reach out to me and say, hey, I'd like to help, then perhaps that's a great way to do it next. But I've come to think that, you know, we need to put a small squad together of folks that can just really knock this out of the park. And the work we're doing on the Ethereum bridge piece is sort of just the opening shot, you know. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you very much, all of you, for everything you're doing. Vanessa, connect with me, please, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow afternoon-ish. And we'll talk a little bit about, I want to connect you back. I want to make sure you get connected to the team that's doing the analysis on these scholarships that you've provided, right? Because they're beautiful and they're generous. And I want to make sure that you're getting the updates you need. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Last call. Okay. All right. I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you for all of you who are watching on the broadcast. Please send questions in through Discord or Telegram. That's the way to do it when we're not live here. And anybody on this team will help direct you to the right resources if you reach out to them. So have a great rest of your day wherever you are. And